Happy Christmas! I wanted to drop in and tell you the tale of a Christmas tree, specifically my yellow Christmas tree, my sunshine yellow Christmas tree. I wanted to tell you all about where she came from and how I discovered her, and now here she is in all her glory this year. So around 2010, 2011, I thought, oh my goodness, wouldn't it be amazing to have a yellow Christmas tree? And so I started hunting and searching, and I found every other color under the sun, but I could not find yellow. And then one day on one of my Google searches, Pinterest, yay Pinterest, popped up, and this yellow Christmas tree was there. And it was didn't even, I didn't think it even had any ornaments on it, but it was just standing there. I was like, oh my gosh, there's my tree, and it's pre-lit, because that was one of the things that I had to have, is I had to have it pre-lit, because I didn't want to put like white wire, or that was before the days of clear wire being super popular. So I searched and searched, eventually through the links from Pinterest discovered that it was actually a John Deere tree. Now, for those of you who don't know who or what John Deere is a farming company that creates tractors, and they also do lawnmowers for residential as well, but they're really well known with they have actually a deer as their logo. So I was like, oh my gosh, John Deere makes Christmas trees now. So I searched and searched, and then I discovered that it was actually their promotional tree that they only gave to their to distributors and to show off their Christmas ornaments. It was not actually for sale. So I called all of the John Deere dealerships, especially at the Midwest, and I had these burly farmer type dudes all calling around each other, just trying to figure out if any of them still had this tree, because it had been a couple of years previous that this tree had been used. And so it was so super cute. This British girl who's all into yellow basically has all of these guys calling each other, and a few girls as well, trying to track down this yellow tree. And I was so sad because actually none of them had the tree anymore. But one of them did mention to one of them, who mentioned to another one of them, that they had given their tree to a lady who wanted it for her dad, and they'd never used it, so it was brand new. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's the end of the road. There are no more John Deere trees available. But I kept searching, and then in 2013 I was on eBay doing my little annual Christmas tree search, and what would appear but this yellow John Deere tree. And I was like, oh my goodness, there it is. So I contacted the seller, and I found out that the seller was this lady that this John Deere dealership guy had mentioned through the loop of all of them talking with each other. And so I messaged her and I said, please, I just put an offer in, please can I have this tree? And this is my story, and I shared a little bit about the story about my dad and how it was his favorite color and why it was so special to me that I found this tree finally. And she wrote me back, and I just burst into tears, and they were tears of joy and sadness all in one. She told me the story that she'd actually bought this tree for her dad because he loved John Deere and all the products that they had, and so she had bought him this tree, or gotten the tree and all of the John Deere ornaments, and was going to put it up for him for Christmas because he wasn't well. And the reason I started crying was because she told me that he had passed away before Christmas, and so he never got to see his tree. And oh my gosh, I'm crying now. So she was just like, so I think there was that connection because of my dad and her dad. And I won the tree on eBay. No one outbid me. I think I was the only bidder. Yellow trees weren't super popular back then. And so I got my tree, and of course I had to send her a picture of it all dolled up for Christmas, and she loved that. And this year I tracked down all of my receipts in my email, and I sent her another message with a picture of the tree, and a little bit about, just a reminder about who I was and how special it was to have this tree. And she responded and was so happy. And I think that these stories just make me so incredibly happy, seeing how one tree that was literally made for a promotional tree for a tractor dealer that primarily like Midwest farming communities, Northern California, that would end up in my living room with yellow ornaments all over it, none of which are John Deere. Although I'd love John Deere, if you're watching, if anyone from John Deere is watching, I would love a little yellow tractor, because I grew up in rural England and there were tractors everywhere, and I think it would be super cute to have a kind of like a memory of my childhood, having a little yellow tractor hanging from my tree. So please, 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 please. So yeah, so now it's like my little Hurley ornaments. I have a yellow Santa Claus over here. My friend made Cinderella, painted her dress yellow, so she's there. And then I love this smiley face, because who doesn't love smiley faces? And yes, everyone, that is a beach ball. I put a beach ball. In fact, there's quite a number in the back, because this was a promotional tree. It was not designed to be that full, bushy, Christmas tree. So there's a few holes in it. So this year I was like, ooh, beach ball. Why not? Yay, woohoo. And then there's our Christmas card here. You can check out my Instagram for a full picture of that. It's super cute. My little puppy Hurley is the star of that photo, no doubt. But yeah, so I have lots of fun ornaments that now grace the tree. It started with all the colour ornaments that I had from previous trees, and this year is the first year where it's like chock-a-block with just yellow ornaments. I've painted all the ones that aren't yellow, I've painted them yellow. And it's super fun. Funny note, the ornaments that I couldn't paint, I had in my car to donate, and my car broke down, and I said to the AAA guy, hey, because he mentioned, hey, I noticed you got a bunch of Christmas ornaments, and said, yeah, would you like them? They're not yellow. So anyway, he said yes. So this big burly AAA guy takes hauls away all of my sparkly Christmas ornaments. Which was just another like twist, and just like all these, all of the whole story of my Christmas tree. So that is the tale of my Christmas tree, and I just think it's so special that she bought it for her dad, and although he didn't get to see it while he was here on Earth, I just hope that he's looking down and probably having quite the giggle that the tree that was supposed to be the John Deere tractor tree turned into the Miss Sunshine bright yellow girly tree. But I love it. It makes me happy, and I hope it makes all of you happy. And thank you so much for all the shares and likes of my tree while I was decorating it on Facebook and Instagram. It really made my day. I was so shocked when I woke up and saw how many shares it was getting, and it just warms my heart that you would all help me spread sunshine around the world. And let's keep doing it for 2019. Happy Christmas, everyone.